afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario, the site of OCAA women's volleyball action. My name is Dominic Papa. A tremendous match here this afternoon as the Saints are set to do battle with the undefeated Humber Hawks. The Hawks, again, another outstanding year so far under head coach Chris Wilkins. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Humber Hawks. Wearing number 1 will be Era Thielen. Number 4 is Kiyomi Ellis. Number 8, Reese Cholette. Number 9, Sydney Ferguson. Number 10, Hannah Manners. Number 13 is Erica Dodd. And number 15 is Cassidy Andrews. Starting lineup for the St. Clair Saints: Michaela Stocks wearing number 2, Kiana Huggins number 4, Ashley Maleko number 5, Krista Nickel number 7, Kate Williams number 8, Chantel DeVloot number 9, and it's Geneva Huzman wearing number 16. Those are your starting lineups. Of course, Jimmy L. Turk, the bench boss for the Saints in his 7th season here at St. Clair College. This should be a dandy match today between the Saints and the Hawks. These two schools, these two athletic academies, I'd call them, they do an outstanding job in so many ways. We're underway. Humber, first serve. Saints can't handle it. The Hawks draw first blood. That is Ara Thielen on the line. And the Saints come back with a nice play to tie this game up and take over the serve. Here's the serve. And the Hawks unable to play it. Saints take the lead 2-1. This is Huzman. A hard serve handled by the Hawks. And that kill attempt into the net. St. Clair has opened up a couple of points lead here as they lead in the early stages of this first set, 3-1. Ferguson sets. Saints get a partial block. They play it off the block. And right there at the net, number 7 for the Saints. That's Kristen Nickel coming up with a good play. Saints lead by 3. This is Geneva Huzman. And that serve goes long and out. Saints leading 5-2 in set number 1. Just underway here nicely at the St. Clair Sportsplex. Very cold day here in southwestern Ontario, but the environment inside the Sportsplex, very warm, nice and cozy, and some really good volleyball action. Quick short set by Ferguson over to her teammate. That was Cassidy Andrews coming up with the kill. Blocked at the net by the Saints and off the Humber Hawks player, out of bounds. Saints get the point and the ball back. They lead at 6-3. Humber undefeated so far this season. Stocks digs up that kill. Saints are able to save this one. Free ball coming to the Hawks. Ferguson, low set. Andrews gets a piece of it, enough to get it over. It stays in bounds. Humber scores the point. They're down a couple, 6-4. Sydney Ferguson on the service line. Huggins sets to the middle. Maleko off the block, gets it to fall as she took the set from Kate Williams, number 8. Chantal DeVloot, the veteran. Free ball here for the Saints. Williams back set to Maleko. Dug nicely by the Hawks. Tipped at the net, and it falls for Humber. Good action at the net. Stocks sets in the middle. Huggins goes up. She's blocked by Andrews. Actually, they say it went out of bounds off the blocks. Coach Wilkins is not agreeing with that call. Saints will keep the ball and the serve. Off the block. Saints dig it up. Free ball here for the Hawks. Good effort by the Saints. Ferguson sets across, this time to Talon. DeVloot gets a hand on it. Nickel can't control it. Maybe a little miscommunication there. Humber gets the ball back. This is number 15, Cassidy Andrews. Huggins saves it. Back set. Maleko gets all of it. Ashley Maleko, second-year player, looking really, really strong right now. She's serving. Off the block, the Saints can't play it as Hannah Manners, number 10 for the Hawks, gets all of that right through the block. At the net, blocked, Saints play it. This is Huggins will tip, blocked again by Ferguson this time. DeVloot to Huggins, blocked again by Ferguson. What a battle going on there at the net. DeVloot from the backcourt gets it deep. Thielen will try her luck. DeVloot digs that up. Great action here. Huggins is going to go up, and she gets it to fall. What a tremendous point for the Saints. They lead it 10-7. Huggins over to Williams, blocked at the net. The Saints get it back. DeVloot will go up again, dug up nicely there by the Hawks. Thielen tries to go up left-handed, couldn't get the hit. Saints again scoring the point. Oh my, what a kill there that time by number 4, Kiyomi Hellis. She got all of it. Huggins having a tough time with that serve. Maleko can't save it. Saints leading 11-9. This is Thielen on the service line. DeVlute goes up. And slowly but surely, Humber's clawed their way back into this game. Down a point now. Thielen serve off the net. Stocks digs it up. Hoosman goes up, and Manners couldn't play it. Hoosman good with the kill. Geneva Hoosman going to the line now. She's from Maranatha Christian, a first-year player, and boy, has she been effective already. Off the block, out of bounds. A good job there by Erica Dodd, number 13 of the Hawks. Kiyomi Ellis. Huggins sets. Oh, what a heads-up play there by number 8, Kate Williams. She catches the Hawks napping. A good heads-up play by Williams. Williams serves now. That goes long and out of bounds. Hawks get the ball back. Going to the line will be number 9, Sydney Ferguson. Huggins digs it up, goes over the net. Hawks will try to take advantage of it, and indeed they do, as Hannah Manners crushes one on the right side. Ferguson, Maleko plays it, Williams, DeVlute, and she gets it down the sideline. Chantel DeVlute, her team with a 1-point lead. Dodd just puts it in the back row. Stocks. Maleko off the net. She gets the bounce. DeVlute continues to serve. Dodd, Ferguson, Manners, that one, she doesn't get it to fall. And Coach Wilkins wants to talk it over in a timeout. Saints lead at 16-13. DeVlute continues to serve for the Saints. Manners, her spike gets right back at it. Manners up twice. She was waiting on that free ball. DeVloot coming out for the Saints into the game is number 11. That is Haven Fournier. She's from Sudbury, Ontario. Went to Notre Dame. First-year player for the Saints. Haven Fournier. Right away they serve to her. Fournier gets a second chance to pass. Huggins goes up. Back court, saved by Ferguson here. And they're saying that Ferguson is guilty at the net. So the Saints get the ball back. This will be Krista Nickel. Off the block, the Saints can't handle it. Back and forth this game's been going. Much what we expected. Two outstanding teams here. Saints handle Andrews' serve, and Ashley Maleko, I'll tell you what, she's had a hot hand in this first set. As she goes down the line. Ferguson tight at the net. Kiyomi Ellis can't do anything with that pass. Point for the Saints. Four-point lead here in the latter stages of this first set for St. Clair. And another mishandled ball, this time by Reese Cholette. She couldn't handle Maleko's serve. Ellis gets the pass and puts it down. That serve goes long from Ferguson. Chantal DeVloot coming back into the game, replacing Fournier. Huggins. Ferguson. Manners. Saints dig up that ball. DeVloot. That ball goes in 10 different directions by the looks of it. Huggins saves it. Williams back to Huggins from the backcourt, and she can't get it over the net. Point Humber. Tiana Stevenson, the former Saint, into the game for Humber. Stocks, Williams, Maleko doesn't get it to fall. And Coach Jimmy Alturk of the Saints wants to settle things down as his team leads 21-18 here in set number one. Don't forget, immediately following this game, or shortly after this contest, the men will take to the court. The Saints men and the Humber Hawks men. Again, another two teams that are close in the standings. Should be another outstanding volleyball match here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Out of the lineup for the Saints today, missing is one of the veterans, Alexis Stewart, third-year player. She's on the bench with the team, but unable to play today. Number 1, Ara Thielen, serving for Humber. Trying to get her team back in this match. Down 3 here. DeVloot tip, puts it deep, and Thielen maybe regretting trying to play that one as it looked like it was going out. Into the game for the Saints is Gabby Arbor from Payne Corps, another first-year player for Jimmy L. Turk. And she goes right to the service line. And that one goes side out, point Saints. They now lead it 23-18. 2 points away from taking this first set. Megan Hunt comes into the game for the Hawks, number 6. Right away they serve to her and Hunt can't play it. Set point here for St. Clair. Gabby Arbor looking to finish it off. They go right at Hunt again. Ellis gets all of that one as the Saints just couldn't handle it. It was off of Arbor. Michaela Stocks comes back in for the Saints, as does Cassidy Andrews for the Hawks. Kiyomi Ellis. And the Saints can't handle that hot serve. 24-20, I should say. Still set point for the Saints. Huggins. Maleko just puts it over. Free ball here for the Hawks. And that goes off the Saints. Point Humber. I don't think Andrews got everything she wanted on that one, but it worked. Saints having a tough time finishing this off. Huggins plays it. Williams. DeVloot off the block. Dug up by Stocks on the block. DeVloot tips at the net this time. And a good heads-up play by DeVloot finishes this first set. The Saints take it 25-21. An outstanding set of volleyball. And we'll get ready for set number 2. You're watching OCAA Women's Volleyball action on We Digital Productions.
I'm just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable.
Can you talk to me?
The message to you this summer is
bring it up a little bit.
Down the phone. Just drive.
Yep.
Let's work together.
You got to tell me what
keep our
graphics
trauma
now we're going
stretches
to. I got nothing here.
No. I
Can you
never
hear me?
smoked any. Sure, I smoked
Can you-
a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Okay, is it on an orange and a blue light right now? Okay, so you can hear me through the speakers? Okay, so just make sure that we stay on air. Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. OCAA women's volleyball action here on We Digital Productions. Dominic Papa giving you the play-by-play action today. The Saints take set number 1 by a 25-21 count. We're set to go with number 2 here as the Hawks and the Saints continue to battle. The Hawks 5-0. The Saints just with 1 loss so far this season. They've played the bulk of their games on the road. As you know, this is only their second home game for the Saints. If they could find a way to win here today, they would set themselves up in a really nice position with a lot of home games in the second half of the schedule. Thielen. Saints dig that up. That came off the hand of Manners. Close play at the net. DeVloot goes up. She's blocked. Huggins digs it up off the block. DeVloot will go up again, and she's blocked again, and out of bounds it goes. Good effort there by the Humber Hawks. They take a 1-0 lead here in set number 2. Megan Hunt. She's a product of Windsor, Ontario, St. Joseph's High School, playing for Humber. And that time Manners can't get that one to fall in bounds. Saints ball. They tie it up at 1. Geneva Hoosman. Hard serve. Humber's able to save it. Williams back set. Nickel, DeVloot at the net waiting for that one as the Hawks didn't play it well and DeVloot was ready waiting for it. St. Clair takes a 2-1 lead. Here in set number 2. Thielen. And a good heads-up play there. That time by Stephanie Armstrong of the Hawks as the Saints were waiting for the setup and Armstrong caught them off guard. Andrews serves. Williams. Huggins from the backcourt. Hawks save it. And it cuts over the net. Stocks over to DeVloot. And a block at the net, but it falls on the Humber side. Point St. Clair. Kate Williams, Thielen, and Ellis. She's had a hot hand for the Hawks in set 1. She continues here in set 2. Humber has recaptured, or at least drawn even now with the Saints at 3 here in set number 2. Huggins, Williams. Stocks gives up the free ball. And that time it doesn't work for Armstrong as she again tried to catch the Saints off guard. DeVloot on the service line. That one into the net. Back and forth we go here in set number 2. Saints and Hawks tied at 4. Ara Thielen. Huggins. Thielen digs it up. Double block at the net. Maleko and Nickel going up and doing the job as they block the kill attempt from Megan Hunt. Hunt tips it over, and the Saints caught a little flat-footed. Surrender the point. This is Kiyomi Ellis. Huggins, Williams. Husman blocked at the net. That time by Andrews and Hunt. Humber has grabbed the 1-point lead here in the second set. Dug up there by Thielen. Hawks trying to save it. Hunt's going to do just that. Saints get the free ball. Here's Williams. Goes right back to Huggins. Huggins with a hard hit. Dug up by Thielen. Saints try it again one more time. This time Husman goes up. And that time Ellis gets it. Hunt goes up. Blocked there by Husman. Saints very effective at the net there. Maleko serving for St. Clair. Thielen. Armstrong. Andrews. As the Saints touched it, goes out of bounds. Humber will get the ball back. Stephanie Armstrong serves. Stocks. Williams. Huggins. Huggins showing good execution today so far. Oh, they're saying that that was a violation at the net. Huggins is not liking the call. He's going to discuss it with the head referee. She'll leave it at that. Hummer's grabbed a 2-point lead. Armstrong continues to serve. Maleko to Williams. The Vloot from the back court, can't get it to fall. Saints down 3 now. Armstrong serves. Stocks plays it to Williams, to Huggins. And Huggins goes cross court with that one and makes it count. Very solid. Hunt doesn't play it well, but the Hawks are able to save it. Williams catches the Hawks off guard that time as the Hawks struggled right from the serve there. Saints have pulled back to within 1 now. Huggins serves. Hunt digs it up. Andrews to Manners, tipped at the net. Saints save it. Thielen. Armstrong. Andrews blocked by Husman at the net. The two big girls going up, and it was Husman coming up with the victory in that one. They list Husman at 6'3". Andrews is checked in at 5'11". Armstrong to Manners, and she doesn't get it over the net. Saints have taken the lead now by 1 as Huggins serving effectively. Manners a good hit. Saints dig it up. Williams over to DeVlute, and the block doesn't work as the ball falls straight down. Saints up by 2. And a nice play there by the Hawks to get the ball back and slow down the Saints for the moment. Megan Hunt serving. And that goes long and out. Husman serves. Thielen plays it. Armstrong, back set. Manners gets a hand on it. Williams to Nickel, and she's good as she finds a spot on the floor. And Husman served that time right into the net. Andrews serves. Saints Huggins plays it. Williams to DeVlute, off the block. Humber plays it, digs it up. Armstrong, Thielen off the block again, and Hawks point. Tied at 13 here in the second set. DeVlute gets all of that one. Saints get the ball back with a 1-point lead. Williams. Hunt plays it. Armstrong. Ellis blocked at the net. Hunt digs it up off the block. Thielen goes up, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Saints a 2-point lead right now. Just over the net. Armstrong plays it. Thielen. Point Humber as there is a net violation. Hannah Manners for the Hawks. Stocks to Huggins. DeVlute gets a hand on it, and we're saying it is going to be Hawks point, because I don't think it got over the net. Maleko, DeVlute, free ball here for the Hawks. Armstrong back set. Ellis gets it, but doesn't fall in bounds. Point St. Clair. DeVlute. Armstrong. Thielen. A nice job there by the Hawks as they set that up well. 16-16. This set has gone back and forth. Eric Thielen serves. Huggins, Williams, Maleko blocked. Saints there to cover. Stocks, Huggins, Manners digs that up. Thielen over to Hunt. Saints play it. Huggins goes up, tips, and doesn't get it to fall. Or actually she did. Stayed in bounds. Looked like it didn't make it, but it did. Saints get the ball back. And a 1-point lead. Krista Nickel to serve for St. Clair. And Saints can't make the pass successful. Humber gets the ball back. Tying the game again at 17. Kiyomi Ellis. Huggins, Williams, Maleko blocked. She plays it off the block. Williams goes across to Huggins this time and is blocked again as Armstrong and Andrews go up for the Hawks. Guzman blocked. Saints dig it up. Fournier gets it over. Ellis, Armstrong, Andrews gets it to fall. Saints are going to call a timeout. And with that said, we're going to take a look at some stats from the first set, which seemed a long time ago because this set has taken quite a while. But you look at the attempts, 27 each, very even. The stats, Humber with the errors, though, and that could have been the difference in that game. 3 aces to 2 for the Saints. Blocks, Saints one better, and the digs, the Saints very good with digs at 16-7, and of course the score on that in that first set was St. Clair 25, Humber 21. In this second set, Humber leading at 19-17. Pretty good crowd has assembled here today at the Sportsplex. This is a key matchup for both these teams. I spoke briefly with Coach Wilkins. He had nothing but complimentary words to say about the Saints, but obviously with his record at 5-0, very pleased with his team, rightfully so, as he's done a great job with this program. He's been at it for 21 years, and no doubt he knows what it takes to put together a championship caliber squad, and I think he's got one here in Humber. Two teams have returned to the floor. Ellis continues to serve. Andrews was waiting on that. The Saints are able to dig it up. Huggins is going to go up. Nice dig there by Thielen. Manners. Ellis saves it. Stocks to Williams. Back set. Maleko blocked at the net. They're saying it didn't get over. Play goes on. Thielen from the backcourt, and that's a violation. 4 hits. Saints get the ball back, but Humber, I think, questioning whether the Maleko kill attempt made it over the net. Officials made no call. Saints will take the ball. Tipped at the net. Hoosman saves it for the Saints as she was waiting on it. Hunt goes up and gets it through the block. Humber leads it. Stephanie Armstrong serves. Fournier, Williams, Huggins. Hunt digs it up. Cholette tipped at the net, blocked by the Saints. And that attempt by Manners goes side out, point Saints. Huggins to serve for St. Clair, down a point. Hunt doesn't get a good pass. And her kill attempt from the backcourt into the net. Coach Wilkins going to make a substitution. Hunt comes out. And back into the game is Erica Dodd. We're at 20 each. Dodd. Manners is blocked that time at the net. Andrews dug up by the Saints. DeVloot plays it over. Thielen. Armstrong. Andrews gets the low set and puts it away. Erica Dodd serves. As Humber trying to even this match up. That's not going to help the cause. And Thielen gets all of that one, and it falls. Both teams making substitutions. Ellis comes back in for the Hawks. Stocks back in for the Saints. And Ellis waiting on that one, but out of bounds it goes, and Coach Wilkins is asking, saying that it was touched by the Saints. I don't think he's going to win the argument here. Kate Williams serves. Thielen to Armstrong, tight set. Saints waiting there. They'll get another chance to set it up here as Maleko goes up. She's blocked by Thielen and Ellis. Hannah Manners serves. Stocks. Maleko can't get it over. It's set point now for Humber. Jimmy L. Turk calls a timeout. Saints want to make sure. Saints Athletes of the Week. We're watching one of them right here this afternoon. Ashley Maleko gets the nod as the female athlete of the week here at St. Clair. And the outstanding cross-country runner. What a career this guy had. Tyler Jones from the cross-country team. Of course, they took a bronze medal at the Nationals. Jones finished fourth in that race, but it ended the tremendous career of Tyler Jones. Just an outstanding St. Clair Saint athlete the last 4 or 5 years. And hats off to Tyler Jones, and certainly congratulations to both athletes on being named Athletes of the Week here at St. Clair. We're in a good battle here, the Hawks and the Saints. Hawks leading set number 2, looking to finish it off with a 24-22 lead. The Saints took the first set 25-21. We knew this match was going to be a tough one. Both coaches acknowledged it, and I don't think anyone can complain about the caliber of volleyball we've watched in these first 2 sets. 2 very high-level teams in the OCAA college loop. Stocks to Williams, to Maleko, and out it goes. So that's going to be set number 2. The Hawks tie up the match at 1 set apiece. They win it 25-22. Third set coming up. You're watching OCAA women's volleyball action on We Digital Productions.
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. OCAA women's volleyball action here on We Digital Productions. Dominic Papa bringing you the action along with the We Digital production team. We're going to the third set between the Humber Hawks and the St. Clair Saints women. St. Clair taking the first set 25-21. Humber bounces back in set number 2, 25-22. And that's where we stand heading into set number 3. I have a feeling this might be a 5-gamer, folks, as these two teams battling hard and certainly looking pretty good so far here this afternoon. You look at the Humber roster, and there's some Windsor ties to it, that's for sure. You look at Megan Hunt, who played at St. Joseph's. She's a third-year player, but a couple of players that played here now playing at Humber is, of course, that of number 4, Kiyomi Ellis, and also Tiana Stevenson, both former St. Clair Saints players. DeVlute gets the ball rolling for the Saints here in set number 3 with a kill. Both Kiyomi and Tiana, of course, from Scarborough, Ontario, so playing close to home now. And a violation at the net there on the Hawks. Saints grab a quick early 2-0 lead here in set number 3. Geneva Husman serves it up. Cholette, Armstrong, and Dodd gets that to fall for the Hawks off the block. Erica Dodd serves now. And off the net, she gets it to fall. Humber comes back quickly to tie it at 2 here in the third set. Saints don't handle that serve well. Humber grabs their first lead of this set. Huggins. DeVlute going up. That's blocked by Andrews, who's had a good afternoon of volleyball. Huggins. Williams tipped by Nicole over. Hawks tip it back. Williams saves it. DeVlute will put it in the back court. This play a little scrambly. Thielen goes up, and once things settle, she gets it to fall. 4-2 Humber. Maleko to Williams. DeVlute tips, and she gets it to fall. Nice play there by Chantal DeVlute. Kate Williams serves it up. And Cholette doesn't handle that well. Saints within a point now of Humber. Cholette digs it up, and I'm going to say interference at the net. Saints point. They tie it up. Williams will continue to serve. Oh my, she got that one right at the lip of the net and got it to fall directly down. No way Humber was going to get that one. Blocked at the net by Nickel. Hawks will set it up again. Thielen goes up. She puts it in the backcourt. Huggins is there for St. Clair. Williams backs it. Maleko tips. Cholette plays it, but not a good pass. Saints have grabbed a 2-point lead here in the third set. That time, Manners is good with her kill attempt. Huggins plays the serve. Maleko doesn't get enough on it to get it over the net. Huggins, tight pass at the net, and Thielen was waiting on it for the Hawks. Stocks, Williams, DeVlute, off the block, she gets it to fall down. Kiyomi Ellis, the former Saint, may have got a hand on it, but couldn't play it. Tipped at the net, Saints are able to save it. Maleko is able to put it in the backcourt. And that pass, not a good one. Saints will take the lead, 9-8. DeVlute serves. Andrews. Ellis gets it over as the Saints couldn't effectively block it. Much like the first two sets, this game going back and forth. Hannah Manners. Stocks digs up that hard serve. Huggins. No, they're saying, Huggins was saying it was touched, but went out of bounds, side out. Huggins is going to go plead the case. Hawks continue to serve. Hannah Manners. Stocks digs up that hard serve. Malenko gets some muscle behind that. Hawks can't handle it. Tied again at 10. Krista Nickel serves. Cholette, her pass, not a good one. And the Saints will take the point. Thielen goes up, blocked. Malenko and Usman putting up the wall. That set nowhere near Ellis as she was waiting on it. It just didn't get there. Free ball here for the Saints. DeVlute to Williams. Husman blocked by Ellis. Played by Williams. DeVlute will go up, put it in the back court. Cholette gets a hand on it. Taylor's going to go up, and the Saints can't handle it. Taylor has been effective today. Taylor now serves her team down a couple of points here in the third set. DeVlute. Huggins at the net. Can't get it to stay in bounds. Huggins off the block. It goes out of bounds. That time Huggins waited and played it off the block perfectly. Malenko serves. Big wall at the net there. The Saints have to play it though. Good job by the Hawks to keep it going, and they're rewarded with the point. Ellis serves, and Huggins can't get to it. Stocks. And Huggins gets the job done. Huggins now serves with her team up a point here in the third set. That one hits the line. It stays in bounds. Even Coach Wilkins called that one in. Cholette blocked at the net. Hawks will play it. Dodd. Dug up by the Saints. DeVlute gets his hand on it. Andrews plays it. Maleko, a good dig, tipped at the net. And they're saying a violation there at the net on the Saints. DeVloot digs up the serve. Williams back to DeVloot. Blocked by the Hawks. Cholette sets. That hit by Dodd. They're saying it went off a Saints hand and out of bounds. Stephanie Armstrong. Stocks to Williams. Hoosman gets a hand on it. Thielen plays it. And Manners down the right side. DeVloot takes the serve to Williams. Huggins puts it in the back row. Partially blocked at the net there. The Saints will play it. Williams to DeVloot. Hawks dig it up. Williams, or DeVloot goes right back up. Dug up by the Hawks. Good effort there by Humber. Saints continue. Armstrong. That set timing was off as Andrews couldn't get to it. Geneva Hoosman serving now. It's 17 apiece here in the third set. Maleko digs up that kill. DeVloot at the net, plays it off the tip. And out of bounds it goes. Saints will lose the ball. Saints are able to play it at the net there. DeVloot goes up. Cholette digs it up. Right back at the net. Tight play again. Cholette will settle it down. Armstrong. Thielen. This time she's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Point Humber. Jamil Turk wants the timeout to talk it over as the Saints are down by 2 in this third set. 19-17. Here are the numbers after 2 sets of this match. Attempts of both teams are pretty even there. Kills, Humber with a slight edge there. The errors, Humber has made 7 more errors. The assists are even. The errors, Saints 1 more error. Saints still doing a very good job though with the digs. But you look at all those stats, and a lot of them are very even, and that's why we're even at 1 set apiece. Saints took set number 1, 25-21. Humber bounces back to take the number 2 set, 25-22. This third set has Humber leading by a 19-17 count. And that's where we stand in this outstanding match between these two very good clubs. Again, a reminder coming up right after this match. I'd say probably 20-25 minutes. The men will take to the floor. The Saints men much improved this year. And the Humber Hawks and the Saints men very even in the standings as well. Should be another good match to take in here on We Digital Productions. But this one, far from being over, I think, folks, as these two teams are going back and forth at each other. Pretty good here. DeVloot out of the timeout. Comes up with a kill. It's amazing what these timeouts can do for a team. Settle things down and refocus. the net. Andrews wins the battle. Or actually, they're saying that the Saints get the ball back. Must have been a violation on the net that I didn't see. So this game tied again at 19. Thielen, Armstrong, back to Thielen. And Thielen, who's had a very good afternoon, finds a hole in the defense of St. Clair. Maleko tips, and waiting there was Manners. No cover there by the Saints. Coach L. Turk's going to call in a substitution. Williams comes out of the game, and checking in is Emma Clemens for the Saints, number 15. DeLute tips. Hawks play it. Thielen's going to go up. Dug up by Stocks. Clemens to Huggins, and that kill doesn't get over the net. Humber has grabbed a 3-point lead here in the late stages of this one. Jimmy L. Turk doesn't like it. He's got to settle things down. He calls a timeout. For those that are interested in some high school football, of course, there's 3 championship games this afternoon. Starting at 3 p.m. and it's the high school Tier 2 championships. 3 games back to back, 3, 5, and 7 p.m. You can watch all of those games on We Digital's YouTube channel. So if you want to check into some good high school football, portion of our crew will be taking care of business at Acumen Stadium here at St. Clair College, and the 3 championships will be broadcast live on We Digital Productions. If you want to head over there on the YouTube channel after this match and check out some good high school football action, we'd love you to go to the We Digital YouTube channel. Saints have talked it over. They need to get this ball back in a hurry, though, as they're down 3 points, 22-19 here in set number 3. Huggins, Stocks. Maleko gives up the free ball. Armstrong, Thielen, and Stocks can't dig it up. Thielen has been very effective this afternoon. Kate Williams is going to come back in the game, replacing Clemens. Huggins, Williams, Maleko tips, covered by the Hawks. And right there for the Saints is Nickel. Much needed point there for St. Clair. DeVlute will serve. Needs to get her team some points here. Cholette, Armstrong, Thielen blocked, and it goes out of bounds off the block. Set point now for the Hawks as they lead at 24-20. Manners serve. Williams has to hustle. Huggins gets it deep into the Hawks' end. Thielen goes up. That one goes side out this time. Saints still alive here in set number 2. Down 24-21. Krista Nickel serves. And that goes long and out. Set number 2 goes to the Humber Hawks. 25-21, they lead the match. 2-1. The 4th set coming up. You're watching OCAA Women's Volleyball on We Digital Productions.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
No. No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex here in Windsor, Ontario. OCAA women's volleyball action this afternoon here on We Digital Productions. Dominic Papa, glad to have you along for the ride. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. And if you're just tuning into this match, you've missed a dandy as the Humber Hawks and the Saints have been going at it pretty hard. We're entering our fourth set of this competition, and the Saints took set number one, 25-21. Humber has bounced back to take the last two, 25-22 and 25-21. So, needless to say, the Saints, with their backs up against the wall, so to speak, trying to force it to a fifth set. They'll get the serve to start this fourth set, and it'll be number 15, Emma Clemens, getting this set going. Talon digs it up. Armstrong. Dodd gets it off the block. Point Humber. 1-0. Stephanie Armstrong serves. And that pass, not a good one from Stocks, as it was tight to the net. Saints couldn't handle it. Huggins digs it up. Clemens to Nickel, and an effective play there for the Saints as they get the ball back in their first point of this set. Huggins will take the free ball. Clemens backs at Maleko, and she gets the bounce off the net. And just like that, the Saints have come back to tie this one at 2 apiece. And Manners gets that one to go through the block as the Saints couldn't get to it. Dodd serves now for the Hawks. DeVloot stalks. Huggins gets a hand on it and gets the job done. Three apiece here in the fourth set. Nickel, their serve off the net. Thielen digs it up. Cholette over to Manners. And Maleko at the last second decided to play it. She wasn't sure if it was going to stay in or out, and just did not play it well. The indecision there may have cost her. Huggins, Clemens, Hoosman at the net, partially blocked. Armstrong, Thielen, she tips, and Clemens is late there on the cover. 5-3 Humber. Dodd digs up the spike. And Manners gets it to fall. Saints in trouble early here. 6-3 they're down. And Coach Jimmy L. Turk senses it as well. He's gonna call a timeout and talk it over here as the Saints have fallen 6-3, and Humber trying to finish this match off as they are up 2-1 over St. Clair. Very competitive match up to this point. Both teams have had leads, and you look at the numbers after the 3 sets, and pretty even. The kills, Humber has taken a little bit of a lead there now with 7 more than the Saints, but they still have more errors than the Saints. The assists are not too far off. The Saints continue to do well with the digs, but everything else pretty close, pretty even. But the key stat that matters, wins 2 sets, and the Saints with the 1 of this best of 5. Cassidy Andrews, a 3rd-year player for the Hawks out of Guelph, Ontario, serves. DeVloot's going to give up the free ball here. Just plays it over. Huggins trying to save it, and she does that. And they're saying it went out of bounds. Good effort there by Huggins, though, as it was a broken play. That serve goes out of bounds. Saints will get a chance now to try to dig into this Humber lead. Hart and Cholette. Hannah Manners will serve now. Thielen pushes it. They're saying it went off a Saint and out of bounds. Stocks. Huggins spike dug up. Thielen's going to go up off the block. She gets it to fall. That hot serve goes for a point. And again, Jimmy Alturk not liking what he's seeing here. Needs to slow it down as the Hawks have opened up a 6-point lead here in this fourth set. They lead it 11-5. And of course, they're looking to finish off this match. Again, immediately following this contest, the men will take to the court. The Humber Hawks and the St. Clair Saints men's will entertain us, no doubt, this afternoon. Both these teams very close in the standings, and again, this is a much improved Saints team going 3-3 so far this year. I believe the Humber Hawks men are 2-2, if I remember correctly, but nonetheless, two teams looking to continue to find their winning ways. As I mentioned earlier, for the St. Clair teams, they've had, this is just their second home game of the season, so the bulk of their schedule heading into the second half will be played at home. Saints' only defeat, I believe the season was against Mohawk on the road. Hannah Manners. Stocks takes the serve. Huggins goes up, covered by the Hawks. Armstrong to Thielen, tips, and the cover just not there. Manners serves, leading 12-5. Maleko can't handle it. This is the biggest lead of any set this afternoon. An 8-point lead right now for Humber as they lead at 13-5 here in set number 4. That time, Manners serve into the net. Haven Fournier serving for St. Clair. Hawks, a little bit of trouble handling it. Cholette gets it over, free ball for St. Clair. Clement, DeVloot, tips. Hawks there to cover. Thielen blocked at the net, and St. Clair point. Fournier to serve. Ellis plays it off the block. Point Humber. Thielen serves. Stocks. DeVloot, and that's into the net. Saints look a little flustered right now. They're down 8 points again. Substitution by Coach Shelturk. Jordan Beneteau comes in for the first time this afternoon, number 14, as she replaces Chantal DeVloot. a discussion amongst the officials. Not sure what this is all about, obviously. But hopefully they have it all worked out and get back to some volleyball action here. Era Talon serves. She's had a very good afternoon for Humber. Play goes right back over to the Hawks end. Ellis keeps it alive. Clemens to Beneteau. Dug up by Talon. Manners to Cholette. Maleko for the Saints. Clemens. Husman, her kill. Blocked and played off the block. No, they're saying point Saints. Cholette digs up the serve. And a net violation against the Saints. Beneteau goes up. That went off a Hawks hand. Point St. Clair as they're trying hard to get back into this one. Still down 7 points here in the fourth set. And hard serve. Talon digs it. Right back at him it goes as Beneteau was waiting on that pass that didn't connect by the Hawks. Clemens, hard serve. Cholette digs. Armstrong, Dodd off the block. That goes out of bounds. Hawks point. Armstrong serves. Fournier digs it up. Tipped at the net by Nickel. Armstrong sets to Dodd. And she gets all of that right over the block. Humber getting closer and closer to winning this match. That serve into the net by Armstrong. Jordan Beneteau's serving. First-year player out of Harrow, Ontario. She went to Kingsville District. That serve goes long and out. Dodd's serve goes long. Break there for the Saints. They have to reel off a few points, though. Exchanging points like this is not going to help the Saints' cause. Coming back into the game for the Saints is Gabby Arbor, number 10. She'll go right to the serve line. Talon plays it. Armstrong. And Manners right down the right sideline. Cassidy Andrews serves. Beneteau, Clemens, Maleko, dug up by the Hawks. Thielen goes up And off the block, the Hawks get it to fall. Everything going the Hawks' way right now as they have opened up a 9-point lead. 21-12, 4 points away from securing this match. Maleko, Clemens, Husman dug up by the Hawks. Tail-in goes up, and again, everything just going their way. The Hawks seemingly can do no wrong. Blocked at the net that time by Ellis, but it goes out of bounds. So the Saints get the ball back, but they have a big uphill climb here if they want to get back into this one, down 9 points. And that's not going to help the cause. Manners serves, and that goes way out of bounds. Haven Fournier going to try her luck. And just like that, the Hawks not needing to do anything, they now have game or set and match point, I should say. Era Thielen will try to finish it off. And she's going to come up short. Saints still alive, but facing match point here. Husman. Ellis does it. She gets the job done for the Hawks as they win it 3-1. Scores were the Saints taking the first set 25-21. The Hawks taking the next three 25-22, 25-21, and 25-15. So that's the story here. The women come up short against the Humber Hawks. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to get set up for the men's competition. Come back in about, I'd say, 20 minutes or so, and we should have the Humber Hawks men and the St. Clair Saints men doing volleyball action here on We Digital. Until then, on behalf of everybody here at We Digital Productions, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.